Hello everybody, it's Ninjaz here, and I am here to show you guys something new today that's pretty exciting for me. A lot of you may know this name going around. This is the MMORPG known as Black Desert. It's pretty highly anticipated, and it just came out here over the past weekend here in Japan. I had actually recorded some earlier footage of this with me and my buddy Tingar playing it. Unfortunately, there was an error in the recording setup, and pretty much all of that footage turned out to be junk. As a result, I'm here re-recording this, but just by myself, and we're going to be taking a little bit more of an in-depth look at it. So I have not played the game very much. I have done just a little bit, and it's enough to get me just kind of familiar with some of the basics of it. But we'll take a look at all of that together and show you guys what it looks like, as well as, you know, kind of what you can expect out of the game. So, now the game is in Japanese here. I did have a little bit of an English patch that I tried out yesterday when I was playing it. Unfortunately, as you can see, I've taken away the English patch because the English patch actually did more harm than good. I actually could understand the Japanese better than the horribly, horribly terrible Japanese, or sorry, English that they used for the patch. It was completely nonsensical English. It's almost like they just opened up a dictionary and just pointed at random words and used that. So we're not going to be using the English patch, so we're going to kind of have to stumble through this a little bit, but I think we'll probably be doing better than we would with that terrible English patch. So, without further ado, let's hop in and take a look at what we've got here. You know, some things may be kind of slow. We'll see what kind of frame rates we get. The game is cutting edge. The graphics are downright freaking amazing. So, you'll be able to see some of that here. But I do have things cut back a little bit for the sake of recording. Actually cut back quite a lot because my poor system is going to have trouble doing all this while recording in HD, but we'll do our best. So this is the character that I made yesterday that I can't rotate on this screen, but we are going to make a new character for the sake of you know, showing you guys the cool stuff. So one of the things with this game is it has an absolutely insane character creation system. That being said, it's a bit restricted because you can only choose these 5 classes to start with, and you're gender locked. So there are 2 classes where you can play as a male. This guy who's just this huge brute, and then the warrior. And then there are 3 classes where you play as a female, and you're stuck with that gender. So like this guy is the warrior class. If you want to be a female warrior, tough luck. You can't. Sorry. So I have heard that they are planning on adding in more of those classes in the future, or more genders to the classes in the future, so you can choose between the 2 of them, but at least as of right now, not an option. So this is warrior, this is a ranger here. They kind of follow the mouse around a little bit. Then you have the sorceress. Who's very, very sweaty looking. Then this is the giant. Who barely fits in the screen. Good grief. And then you have this, which is... I can't tell if I'm reading that correctly or not, but it looks like they're called a little summoner. So this is what my other character is, so we will not be creating another one of those for now. But I will go ahead and show you guys what some of this character creation stuff is like. So here we go. Sorceress. As you can see, they've got little videos down here that show you some of the details on how these guys play. The game is an action MMO. so that you are running around actively, like punching and kicking stuff. The little bit of it I played of it last night was not the most impressive to start off with. I mean, it was all in beginner areas, but everything was ridiculously easy. I mean, it took nothing to just mow down heaps of enemies, so it'll be interesting to see where it goes from there, but we'll have to take a look. So we'll go ahead and choose Summoner, and now we get into this insane character creator. So where do we start? So this is your horoscope, or your zodiac. All of the zodiacs have different little descriptions, but I don't know what they do in terms of stats. You could probably look up this information somewhere. I'm not really quite sure, so I'm just gonna pick something because I really don't know what it matters. Wagon. I'll just go with the owl. Owls are very mage thing. So then you've got this little sun here, and this is just the lighting for your character creator. Anyway, you have a bunch of different options just to see your character in different lights. Cool. Not a huge deal. But let's get started here. Now, you're going to see just how crazy this is here. So you're going to get 5 basic hairstyles to choose from, and I think they're different depending on which class you are. So you can pick any one of these, and while it may seem kind of restrictive to only have 5 different hairstyles, you'll see that there's quite a bit more you can do with that. Also, if you don't like her looking wherever your mouse cursor goes, you can click this button up in the corner and she'll just look straight ahead. It's a really, like, wimpy ponytail there. It's not very thick. Let's see. Kind of like that short, spunky hair there. Now, you can see here, there is a ton of detail in the face of these characters. And this one's more Western style than the one I was playing yesterday. I will, once again, back out here and show you just what I'm talking about. So you get this girl here. She's obviously very clearly Asian, more specifically Korean, but if you get in here and you can mess around with her hairstyle, but zoom in real close, and you can see these are all very, very realistic facials, and it's just crazy the amount of detail that's in these. I mean, it looks like that could be a real person. And for all I know, it could be. Maybe they just stuck some poor girl in one of these, like, scanning booths and just scanned her whole face and slapped it on a digital character. Who knows? Well, I guess the developers would, but anyway. So the level of detail in this is absolutely crazy. I can change a lot here. So, zoom out a little bit. There we go. So what all these are is size adjustments. You can scale the hair as you see fit. Let's see, I want to move. Okay, that's not actually doing anything. Where's that? I go on and on talking about this hair, and then next thing you know, it's just not manipulating for me. We'll take this one, for example. So here you can see this thing in action. I don't know why it wasn't working with the other one, but you can actually go through here and highlight portions of the hair. You can move it, you can scale it. So if I wanted to, I could actually, oops, get Alt-tabbed out of my window. There we go. Just set how her hair naturally hangs. Move her bangs closer to her head. And have them kind of angle out more. I can adjust the ponytail, I think. Maybe. Possibly. But yeah, it's just stuff like this. You can just sit in here and mess around with your hairnet for ages if you wanted to. As you can see, there are mild jiggle physics, which I'm grateful for. As a guy, I can appreciate the jiggle physics, but I like the fact that, unlike other games that I've played recently, these aren't, like, insane. So, yeah, there you go. So, you can manipulate the hair a lot there. I like this hairstyle, so we're gonna stick with that one. And I don't know why the nets aren't manipulating very much on this particular hairstyle. It could just be the way it is. And the bottom option is your color. And the bar you see there next to the color, that is your shininess bar. So you can have just flat hair or like super crazy shiny, I buy the really expensive brand shampoos type hair. She's watching a fly that's buzzing around the room. Okay. I rather like that. That's actually pretty cool looking. Green hair, because, you know, that's real natural. Purple. While totally unnatural, that's kind of cool looking. I like it. Silvery hair, the really, really white hair. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. The colors over here in the grid don't look as vibrant as they actually show up on the hair. I mean, that looks just like kind of a pale orange, and on the character, it's just like, wow, okay, your head's on fire. Actually, I rather like that. That's pretty cool. I might just go with that. And then, of course, you can do highlights. So if I wanted to do like a red highlight towards the end of the hair, and then your roots. So yes, you can customize not only the normal color of the hair, you can also customize the roots and the highlights. Okay, there's your hair color. I like that. She looks a lot better with that hair color. Now, let's get onto the face. So these are basic starter faces. Now, of course, you're not limited to these three. We can change the skin color to anything from like slightly scary looking to darker skinned. And then you've got a shininess thing, which you either get from basically normal skin to like sweating profusely, you're probably going to die in a moment kind of like, who is this shiny? No one is this shiny. This is not technically possible. This is insane shininess. So, yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I do a bit of photography and stuff like that, and I can tell you, as a general rule, you don't want to be shiny. You don't look very good. That's good. I like that. All right. Next up, we have the facial features. Now, you may notice that I've got all of these regions, and her face looks kind of scary, like one of those, like, Haitian death masks or voodoo makeup or something like that. And that is because this is all movable. Yes, every part of her face is changeable here. I can change the way her eyes are shaped. And the regions. Now, these little checkboxes here are your symmetry modes. So that's what allows me to change both sides of her cheek at the same time. If you uncheck that, yes, you can, in fact, set it so that like she gets one side a droopy lip or something like that if you really want to. Alright, and then you have your rotate here. So like if I wanted to, I could come here and rotate parts of her nose a little bit. I should not have done that. Yeah, let's put that back to the center. If you don't want to use it in the view here, you can actually click over here on the sliders and just do things that way. Oh, that's slightly strange. Alright, so now we've got our slightly more attractive lady. Let's move down the row here. So here are different eye styles. And I think this is mainly just the makeup around said eyes. Eyebrows, cheeks. Yeah, this is... Oh, right, eye make. So yeah, eye makeup. Is this the eyes? Yes, this is the eyes. Okay. So you put the makeup around the eyes before you do the eyes themselves. Brilliant. So this will be our eye makeup. This is just the flat out intensity. We've got a color transition or glittery effect here. Not quite sure what this is. And that looks like it's another kind of opacity filter. So I'm learning a lot of this as I go. So I tried not to spend too much time yesterday checking out the character creation stuff just because I was playing with Tingar and he was already in the game waiting for me. So alright, and then you've got the makeup color, so you can change the color of the makeup around your eyes, of course. I like a lady that actually has eyebrows, not just pencil lining, but not too thick. So, that's a bit unkept there. That's what this is all about, right? Almost every character creator you ever do is pretty much going to be just you trying to create your ideal person in that, right? Now, of course, in this, you're kind of limited to what they've got available, like for the hairstyle and stuff. I was basically going to do this. Not exactly the hairstyle I would have chosen given the selection of any hairstyles, but, you know, for the available options, it was a pretty good style. Alright, and then you've got your intensity of eyebrows, color of eyebrows. Yes, you can do green eyebrows if you want. And then you've got the height. This is the, like, I'm not quite sure. It's like it's glitterier or thicker or something. And then how thin they are. So you can have really, really thin ones or really, really thick ones. So we're gonna go, wasn't too bad where it was to begin with. Somewhere in there. That looks pretty good. You can do even like right across the nose if you want. Just like a red spot right across the nose, like she's got allergies. Green, I don't know why you would want to do green across your nose, but you get the idea. There's a lot of options here. Spots, there's freckles. Ooh, there's freckles. I could do freckles. I like that. We're going to do freckles. And then last but not least, of course, your lipstick. Let's give her a little more color to her lips, but I don't want too much. Her lips are a little large, aren't they? Oh well. There we go. Looks pretty good. Now, next. Eyes. This can get a bit weird because this is the pupil shape of your eye. And so, yes, that is exactly what it looks like. Star-shaped pupils. These are like the old Mickey Mouse style, which doesn't look too bad. Then there's these, which I don't even know how to describe. There's cat's eyes, hearts. Not to sound boring, but I'm just going to go with the regular ones. And then you've got your iris. And then a little bit more of the option of the iris. So you can spend huge amounts of time in here just messing around. You can also adjust how her pupils sit in her eyes. how shiny they are. Sorry, this is the shiny one. This is reflection. So the higher this is, the more reflective they are, and then this one is just the flat-out shininess factor. This is just the checkboxes up here are left and right eyes. This is the left eye. This is the right eye. I'm not sure why they're reversed. I'm not sure also which direction from, like if it's her left or my left, but whatever. Okay, after much tinkering with the eyes, this is what I've got. So, not ideal, but I had a little bit of trouble figuring out how the eye things all worked. They're a little bit strange, and it just is going to take a lot of tinkering to get the way you want it to look. So, next up we have the eyeliner. Yes, I'm aware we've already done makeup for the eyes, but no, we're not done yet. There is eyeliner, which those are their eyelashes, really. So, what kind of eyelashes would you like, and how thick would you like them? Do you want to have a normal looking person, or do you want the cover of Sports Illustrated or something kind of model? And then this is the length. So yes, you can do that if you want. Okay. And then we've got the eyeliner, and you can make this as thick as you want to. And of course, whatever color you want. So those of you that are really big into makeup could spend a lot of time on just this part. And then underline. So again, you don't have to do any of this if you don't want to. It's all just as thick as you want it to be. If you don't want any kind of underline at all, just scale it back down to 0 and it will not show up regardless of what you've got chosen here. So I will give her a little bit of underline just because it'll kind of offset that bit of a line she's got under there. Kind of make her eyes pop without, you know, like making her eyes pop, because that would be kind of gross. This is tattoo options. Premium, customize, alright, these are, oh, okay. Premium items, I guess. So if you want to do a tattoo, that would be a very interesting one to do. The zombie scars there. And then, like, shininess of the tattoo. You can have metallic tattoos, yes. That looks pretty cool, but I'm going to go with the clean, no tattoo face. So there's a lot of premium options. I don't really know at this point in time what all is involved in getting those premium options, but there they are. Some sort of like panther face thing there. So we're going to skip the tattoos. And then last but not least, this is your age stuff. So if you want to age your character a bit, add some wrinkles. If you just go all the way up here. Oh, she looks terrible. That makeup is really intense, isn't it? Alright, now, onto the body part. Yes, we've spent this much time doing customization, and we have still not gotten to the body. This, like the face, can get a bit intensive, because if you can't already see, you've got a lot of options here. For individual body parts, you can stretch them, you can shrink them. I mean, you could give her like these ridiculously long arms that are super beefy. Or you can shrink those back down to normal proportions, mostly. put my hand through my hip there. I want slightly thinner. So again, go to the sliders over here if you want one style thing here. This is where you'll notice the jiggle physics the most. Yes, you can, of course, just adjust the boobs if you want. I'm not sure. It's up and down and then left and right. So big, bigger, smallest. All right. Collarbones, so you can set your body width, all of this stuff. If you want to do the supermodel standard, you can go with that. I'm using the middle mouse click to pan up and down, and then right click, of course, rotates. I think she's got a rip in her stockings there, which is strange looking. How much do you want to stretch her out? Does she have a booty or not? I'm not sure what that's adjusting. Oh, even the butt wiggles. That's fantastic. Where would we be in video games now without boob physics and butt physics? And then your feet. I mean, there's so many morphers here. It's just crazy. Is this doing anything? Feet? Doesn't look like it. You can even go in here and adjust her fingers, which I'm not going to bother with. But let's see. Neck, a little thinner. Whoa, not longer. You were okay. Your neck was fine. Does she tilt forward a bit? Okay. There we go. I mean, I could do some more adjusting and stuff, but you get the idea, and she looks decent to me. Maybe tuck the belly in there a little bit. All right, and then you go down here, and this is like muscle definition. So you can have her absolutely ripped, or you can tone it back a little bit. And there's three different areas. You've got your central body, then you've got your arms and upper body, and then you've got your legs. So I like just a little definition here. Nothing wrong with a lady that takes care of herself. I have noticed though that the arms tend to look a little overly muscular, so you may want to lay off. I mean, that's at 0 and she already looks pretty muscular in the arms, so you may want to take it easy on that. Let's give her a little bit of a toned belly. Alright, and then again we have a tattoo option in case you wanted to get a fish tattoo. And then last you have a pose editor. Now I have not messed with this, but you can basically make your character take any pose you want. And again, you could probably be here for hours just working this all out. I'm not going to go into much more than this. It just looks like it would be too much work to try to get a custom pose set up in addition to everything else. So there you have it. Ridiculous amount of detail in the character creator. And then you can customize her voice, which she's only got this option, and you can change the pitch. Sure, something like that. Alright. Now, let's see. We have different emotions we can show off. Okay, that's a little creepy. Angry. Sorry, but that's supposed to be sad, and she looks like she's just like got a whiff of a fart in an elevator or something like that. Yeah, and different pose options. Okay, there she is with that face. Really, stop making that face. It's just weird. And all right. No, whoops, that's where we're just at. And then last but not least, different outfits you can try out on her. These are premium outfits, apparently. That's actually pretty cool. I'm usually not a big fan of the furry stuff, but that's pretty cool looking. I mean, that's not bad either, but as a cohesive whole, this one's pretty sweet. There is sackcloth. The apprentice robe that she sticks her hand through. And some variations of those. And then, of course, just your basic underwear. And this is for showing the helmet or not, which I don't think she has a helmet for any of these. So, all right. There you go. Now this stuff down here is just to customize or save temporary style layouts and stuff like that if you want to tweak things a little bit or go back to how things were. But right, this is my family name, which it will ask you before you even create a character. It'll ask you to put in some sort of name, and that becomes your family name. So any of your characters that you make after that are going to have this family name stuck on them. And then down here, this is character name. So this is specifically this character, what I want to call her. So Foxy. And once you are done, I believe it's this button. Or was it this button? That might have been taken. Fail. Well, fantastic. So, word of warning, don't click the bottom button. That's the go back button. And you would think I would know enough Japanese to realize that, but oops. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. It's a little bit long. Sorry about that. But in the next episode, we will go ahead and show some of the gameplay and getting started in the game. As for me, I will go back in and make myself another new character and get all that going for us so that we can start up the next video. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe down below. Give me some feedback, what you like, what you don't like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.